Alright, so we're going to do 3.2, adding, subtracting equations. Okay, so starting out, when you're adding, subtracting equations, you basically are finding the sum or difference. So first step is to look at the parentheses and see if we can get rid of them. So really, I can rewrite this as x minus 2, and then this is just a positive, so plus x plus 6. Okay, then you just combine like terms when you're adding. So I have an x, I have another x. Those two are like terms, just like we did last section. Negative 2, positive 6. They're both constants, no variables, so they are like terms, so we can combine. So x plus x. So if you have one x and someone gives you another x, you have 2x. And then 6 minus 2 would be 4. Negative 2, positive 6, opposite signs we subtract, so 6 minus 2 is 4, and 6 is bigger than 2, so we keep it positive. So my answer would be 2x plus 4. These are different equations. So this is an equation, the x minus 2 is an equation or an expression, and x plus 6 is an expression. So you're adding two expressions together, so 2x plus 4. Moving on, so now we're subtracting. So 2n minus 4 we're good with, but this negative, you have to distribute that. Remember, it's understood as a negative 1. So 2n minus 4 is fine, but then we have to distribute that negative 1. So negative 1 times a positive 4 is a negative 4n. Negative 1 times a negative 3 is a positive 3. And then it's just like before. We combine like terms. 2n, negative 4n, negative 4, positive 3. 2n, negative 4n, opposite signs we subtract, we get 2n. Keep the negative because 4 is bigger than 2. Negative 4, positive 3, subtract opposite signs, we get 1, and 4 is bigger, so it's a negative 1. So my answer would be negative 2n minus 1. So be careful when you are subtracting expressions or equations, you have to give the negative. You have to distribute that negative in front. Alright, so here we have to distribute this 2 because we do multiplication first. So 2 times negative 3y would be 6y. 2 times a negative 1 is a negative 2. And it's a positive, so positive 1 times 2y would be a positive 2y. Positive 1 times a positive 7 is a positive 7. Then we just go ahead and combine like terms. So I have negative 6y, positive 2y, negative 2, positive 7. Boxes go together, negative 6, positive 2. Opposite signs we subtract, so I get 4y, and it's negative because 6 is bigger. 7 minus 2 is positive 5 because opposite signs, and 7 is bigger, so positive 5 is my answer. So my answer is negative 4y plus 5. Moving on. Okay, so this is the same 1 minus 3k. We aren't distributing anything. Here we have this negative 4. We have to distribute that all the way through. So negative 4 times a positive 2 is a negative 8. Negative 4 times a positive 2.5 is a negative 10k. And then we do our combined like terms. So I have a 1, negative 8 because they do not have terms. And then I have a negative 3 or variables. And then I have negative 10k. And we combine 1, negative 8, opposite signs we subtract. So I get 7 negative. These 8's bigger than 1. Then negative 3, negative 10, same signs you combine. So it becomes negative 13k. And then your answer would be negative 7 minus 13k. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. So 6g minus 9 is not being multiplied or anything, so I'm just going to drop that down. And then I have a positive 1/3, and I'm multiplying that through 15 times positive 1/3. If you need to, you can come to the side. 1/3, put 15 over 1. If we do our 15 over 3, 15 divided by 3 is just 5. So this becomes positive 5, and then 9 times 1/3, which you could write it the other way. 9 over 1, 9 times 1 is 9, 3 times 1 is 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3, and it's a positive times a negative, so you get a negative. Now you just combine like terms. We get 6g, negative 3g, and then we have negative 9 and positive 5 would be like terms. Then we go 6g minus 3g would be 3g. Negative 9, positive 5, opposite signs we subtract, we have 4, and 9 is bigger, so I have 3a minus 4. Alright, number 6. Okay, we have two things to distribute, so I distribute that 1/2 through first. 2 times 1/2, half of 2 is just 1, so we have r. And then 1/2 times 4, if you need to, you can come up here, times it by 1/2, 4 over 1, right? And then we get 4 over 2, which is the same thing as 2, half of 2. Okay, then we do negative. This is negative 1/4 we're distributing. So 16 times negative 1/4. So negative times a positive is a negative. And then we can do 16 times 1 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then negative 1/4 times negative 8r. So negative times a negative is a positive. So 8 times 1/4, 8 over 1. We get 8 over 4, which equals just 2r. And then we combine like terms. So I have r, positive 2r. And I have positive 2, negative 4. So my end answer is r plus 2r, which is 3r. 2 plus a negative 4, which opposite signs we subtract, so we get 2, and 4 is bigger, so we keep the negative sign. And my answer is 3r minus 2. Alright, last one, we have 7. You earn 4x plus 12 points after completing x levels of a video game. Then lose 2x minus 5 points. Write an expression that represents the total number of points you have now. So you start off, you just got 4x plus 12. This is where you're at. And then you lose. Lose means to subtract. And so we're subtracting 2x minus 5. So step 1, we have to distribute this negative 1 all the way through. So this is 4x plus 12 still. And then we take negative 1 times a positive 2x, negative 2x. Negative 1 minus 5, negative 5. So opposite signs, it would be positive. 5 times 1 is 5. And now we combine like terms. 4x, negative 2x, positive 12, positive 5. And 4x minus 2x is 2x. 12 plus 5 is positive 17. So my answer is, write an expression that represents the total number of points we have. So 2x plus 17 points would be my answer. Alright, so that is 3.2 for you.